Good morning. How are you there? Were you able to take your breakfast or have you nibbled something? All right. So this morning, as part of the topic under origins of the world religion, let us tackle one of the very important what you call this or major role in the establishment of the three monotheistic religion, that is namely Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. Okay. So studying the life of the Patriach Abraham is a fascinating journey through the Old Testament. So in exploring these themes of faith, obedience, and God's covenant, we can be able to get a glimpse of what Judaism, Christianity, and Islam is all about. So you know the story, okay? So we'll start by reading Genesis 11:27 and Genesis 12:9. This introduces us to Abraham, okay? The original name of Abraham is Abram, and God's call to him to leave his country and journey to the land that would show him, okay? So God said that you go to this certain land, you leave Ur of Chaldees, and go to this land, okay? So in Abraham's faith journey, okay, we can always trace this through the key events that happened in his life, such as his departure from Haran, which can be found in Genesis 12:1-9, his encounter with God at various altars. It can be found in Genesis 12:7-8, Genesis 13:18, and Genesis 22, verse 9, and his willingness to sacrifice Isaac. When you say, all of this stuff, all of this, what's this? All of these happenings in his life, Abraham's faith grew and it deepened over time, despite facing challenges and uncertainties. With that, Abraham was able to develop a covenant with God. Okay, so in this story, we can explore God's covenant promises to Abraham, found in Genesis 12:1-3, Genesis 15:1-21, and Genesis 17:1-27. So in here, the covenant was discussed, okay, in significance to God's promises regarding the descendants, land, and blessing, and how they shape the rest of biblical history. Okay, so in the story of, the what do you call it? The nephew of Abraham, Lot, okay, which can be found in Genesis 8:16-33, where Abraham intercedes with God on behalf of the people of Sodom. Okay, we can note here that there is this boldness of Abraham's prayer and God's willingness to listen and respond to his plea for divine mercy. We can also note the reflection on Abraham's hospitality towards strangers in Genesis 18:1-15 and Genesis 19:1-3. Okay, so in here it was discussed the importance of hospitality and generosity in the life of faith, and how Abraham's action was reflected in God's character. So we can always note the dynamics of Abraham's family. We can always explore the complexities of Abraham's family relationship, including his marriage to Sarah, the birth of Ishmael through Hagar, Genesis 16, and the birth of Isaac in his old age in Genesis 21. So it was said in these verses the challenges as well as the blessings within Abraham's family and how God remained faithful through it all. So, as we can notice, of Patriach Abraham, we can draw out practical lessons and applications for our own faith journey. We can always relate this to obedience. We can always have this trust, perseverance, and the rewards of what? Faithfulness. So to close this short part, okay, which is about Patriarch Abraham, it is always good to thank God for the examples of Abraham's faith and asking Him the strength to follow Him wholeheartedly. Okay. So just before I close this short discussion, okay, for your assignment, I'd like you to make a summary of the story of Abraham. Okay? Again, write a summary of the story of Abraham, which will end into the offering of Isaac. Okay. Alright, so muna siya. Okay? So you can read that. You can start reading Genesis 11. Okay. Genesis 11, then the Genesis 12, alright, then up to Genesis 18, the story of Abraham, and the story also of Abraham and Lot, which also happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, you try to include that in the summary. You might be asking how many words? In not less than 500 words. Okay? Okay, pangutana. Not less than 500 words, I would like you to summarize the story that transpired in Abraham's life. Okay. See you in the next video. Good morning once again.